All right, Tim, I got to ask you, is this the big pullback that you've been predicting?
I hope so. It's close to 2,600. It belongs below 2,600. And we used to always say that good news is the enemy of the metals, and bad news is what drives the metals up.
Right.
The only thing I can think of that would be either good or bad news is that Trump is pulling ahead in the polls.
SD Bullion is at it again, but this time with a monster box full of Silver Tree of Life coins. Enter today at sdbullion.com/sweepstakes.
I think this is going to be a bellwether of this state.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. And I think the polls are probably they'll probably be asked for their ID. Whether or not they produce an ID, I think they'll take note. I think every precinct is probably going to note down how many people refuse to give an ID, because they still don't have to. They did change the law. Mm-hmm. It goes into effect, in January 1st or something?
Yeah, conveniently.
Yeah, so I'd like to see it. The elections, they just don't have any meaning if you can't trust your vote. Right. And I would like to see everything done correctly, with showing an ID and verifying that you actually live in this state. And I'd much rather lose elections that way, okay, than the way it's been.
What's going to happen to our economy if Trump doesn't win?
I think it's going to be really tough. I think it's going to be, you'll see the metals turn around and go up everywhere. Debt will explode. The deficit spending will be locked into concrete. There won't be anything you can do about it.
What will happen to the dollar?
The dollar's got to collapse. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. The dollar has to collapse.
Wow. And
it can't take much more pressure. It's as simple as that. So what will happen to gold and silver? They'll be less affordable, and people will have less money. So, are people going to be able to bail out their futures? That's a question. Can this country survive another 4 years of people walking across their southern border? I don't think so. I just think there are too many systems are failing right now that they can't take any more pressure. And we're going to find out eventually who is actually running the country. I think it's the same people who put up billions. They're committed and concerned that Kamala might not win. And there's no end to money. I mean, they can run every show on every television station another ad because they've got that much money.
I looked at a chart recently, actually this one I'll put up. Between January and September, the amount of gold American Eagles being sold, it's very low. People were waiting to buy their gold thinking the prices were going to come down.
That has turned a little bit because I think people have started to say, it may just keep going up. So it's, might as well pick a point and buy it now.
So are people coming in to buy is a little bit more now?
Yeah. Well, I bought a bag of 90% Kennedys today.
Ooh, very cool.
And already sold several rolls out of there.
So this is your first time at Tim's?
It is. It is.
And your first time buying gold and silver?
It is. I've known you for a while, and looking to add some silver to my collection. So.
Wow, that's good. Do you know what kind of silver you want?
No, I'm looking for some guidance.
Well, fortunately in silver you have a lot of options. A lot of options. The ones that we see a lot of activity in the sovereign coins, and the sovereign coins would be like an American Eagle or a Maple Leaf, Krugerrand, Kangaroo, Philharmonic, Britannia.
What do you think, if you have a few $1,000s, what do you think would be a good mixture of those?
I think most people, if you're just trying to acquire something for barter, the two best barter options are bullion ounces and the constitutional.
Okay.
Dimes, quarters, and half dollars from years past. Mostly we're selling 1 ounce coins, but also 1, 5, 10 ounce, kilogram, and 100 ounce bars. You got a lot of options in bars.
There's some really cool stuff. So you've got.
I do have more 1 ounce, not many. I have more on order.
Do you have any of the talents?
I do have plenty of talents, yeah.
Oh, you got to see these.
And there's a new talent.
There is?
Yeah.
Oh. That one has a mirror finish. It's a beautiful design. I love the
with the mountains
scripture on it.
and the globe and the inscription from the 121st Psalm.
That's right.
The bullion coins and bars are made by private companies. They're basically just a hunk of silver in different sizes. And they all have a tendency to be a little less money than the sovereign coins.
Okay.
And the sovereign coins, I think, are very reasonable today. I mean, they used to be, $4 and $5 over, and the only ones in that territory is the American Eagle. The rest of them are $2 and $3 over.
Yeah.
So the American Eagle is a sovereign coin? Or?
Yes, and
Yeah.
it's still probably the most popular here in this country, but it's also the most expensive.
Yeah. Have you seen eagles and maples, or do you want?
I have not.
All right, let's take a look.
So that's what the American Eagle looks like, and maple leaf.
Okay.
And there are two types of buffaloes. One is the kind of the textured one.
Very iconic design. Indian head on one side, and the buffalo on the other, or bison, as some people correct me. But that's a very popular round. That's made by a private mint. It's a little less expensive to buy. Okay, the government U.S. Mint and the Royal Canadian Mint doesn't make that. They make those.
This is the alternative in a buffalo round would be one that is made with polished dies. And there are lots of manufacturers of those. And let's see, there's a Britannia here. That's
Great Britain.
from the British Royal Mint.
But with trading, I would imagine it gets more difficult.
Well, if we come to a barter economy at some point, they'll all be pretty much the same, depending on what they are. They're all going to have 1 ounce of silver.
Okay.
But if we have a barter economy, that means inflation has gone absolutely out of control. So it won't matter.
Hyperinflation.
It won't matter what you paid for it, because they're all going to be worth the same.
Yeah. When did you see the silver price in your lifetime spike the most? Was it during the inflationary times of Carter to Reagan?
We've had it twice when silver went up to $50 an ounce, once in 1980 and once in 2011. It's interesting that after it went to $40 an ounce, things all became kind of the same value. Didn't matter if it was a sovereign coin or a bar round.
Well, the silver pop was really because of the Hunt brothers trying to corner the market.
They did, yeah. They were very successful, but at that time you didn't need to put up a lot of silver to corner the market. And there wasn't a lot of this stuff being made. Okay, that was 1980, and the American Eagle program came out in 86. The Canadians started a little before then. But the Hunt brothers had a big effect on it, but there was a much smaller market back then. 1980 was a great deal more interest in gold, because gold went up to $800 an ounce. It had never been anywhere near that. So even the mints around the world started making gold coins. I think the maple leaf came out in, was it 79? Something like that.
Yeah.
And then because we had separated our currency from gold, Congress had to make some adjustments to our laws to enable the U.S. Mint to make gold coins again.
This was a missing piece to my preparation for the future. So I thought it's a little bit of security, it's a little bit of diversification, but at least it's an option for us as a family.
What are you leaning towards at this point? Any idea, or do you need some suggestions?
I need some suggestions. So
That's a chunk of silver. Hefty, huh?
heavy, yeah. I just think this looks cool.
You like the late queen?
Yeah,
You like the idea of coins over bars?
I like the idea of coins. I think
Yeah, I like coins.
you gave me one of those pinger.
The pocket finger. I did. I gave you one of those.
Yeah. Can I use that on these to test it out?
Absolutely. I highly recommend that you test your 90% silver, test your rounds and coins with a pocket pinger. Take a look at the buffaloes, because I don't think
I'm
you
going to be
actually
swimming in silver.
I know. That's the idea.
What have you done to me, Yankee?
I know. I'm crazy over silver.
It's a good looking coin.
And it's a round, to be specific. A round is a
round,
private
okay.
mint, right? No, there's no dollar denomination on that. Britannia, the maple, the buffalo from Highland Mint, and the American Silver Eagle.
All right.
You
Excellent.
happy?
I am happy. I'm happy.
You're now a silver stacker.
Never
you know that.
been more happy to spend $3,000 in my life.
Well, these are really these are best
But I am.
choices. You've got
Yeah.
the three best sovereign coins,
Yep.
and the best buffalo.
I agree. I love Highland Mint's buffalo.
It's a good mix.
Great. All right.
All right, but there's
Thank
one
you.
thing you haven't gotten yet. You gotta get one of my stickers. Act like you care.
I do.
Yeah,
All right, stacker. Tim, could you sign my Yankee stacker?
May still be wet.
All right.
That and $20 will get you a hamburger at McDonald's.
Is it? It kind of seems like it's when you kill your first deer, you have to drink the blood. It's kind of that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's why I don't hunt.
Thanks a
Been a
lot.
good day.
Yeah, it has
Yankee,
been.
thank you. Tim, thank you.
You're welcome, buddy.
Thank you very much.
This is absolutely gorgeous. 10-ounce silver. What is?
Coin.
It's the Queen's Beast. I forgot.
It
It's the
is
Queen.
a Queen's Beast. Yes, very good.